thought my 3-year-old son's toy car said something to comfort me, but instead I got the shock of my life. My husband Jake and I got married 8 years ago. We have 3 children, twin girls and a 3-year-old son. Last Mother's Day, we had a really heated argument. I told him I wanted to stay home and spend the day with my children as a family, but he insisted I drive to his mother's house. His mom lives 3 hours away. Jake doesn't know how to drive and he refuses to learn. He said as long as I can drive, he's okay with it. That's how it is in our family. I always drive the whole family to literally every event. I didn't want to fight because it was Mother's Day, and besides, the fact that my husband is a mummy's boy. I wanted the kids to see their grandma too. So I dropped them off at grandma's house and got back home. Honestly, I was really sad, sobbing uncontrollably because I didn't feel appreciated and I miss my mom who passed away when I was 5. Got home and laid in the couch crying. Out of nowhere, one of my kids' toys turns on and keeps saying, "Hello, friend." It is one of those toy cars that turns on by touching it. It was in a drawer in our TV console. No one was near it at all. There was no way it was activated at all. It just kept on randomly turning on throughout the time I was home alone, saying the same words. I have never heard this thing turn on by itself. Not alone. Say hello, friend. My son doesn't really care for the toy car much at all and hardly ever touches it. I didn't dare get it out of that TV console. I was so scared, but did feel like it was a message. Maybe from my late mom, and I was a little anxious. The next day, I picked up my husband and kids from grandma's place. When we got home, I told my husband about it and his entire expression changed. He immediately grabbed the toy and said, "That thing's annoying anyway." Then he threw it in the outside trash. His reaction felt so weirdly intense that I actually asked him why he was acting like that. He snapped, "It's just a stupid toy." That should have been the end of it. But 2 nights later, I found the toy car back inside the house. Not in my son's room, inside Jake's work bag. That's when my stomach dropped. Jake had lied. He never threw it away. I waited until he fell asleep and checked the toy more closely. At first, it looked normal, but then I shook the toy closely beside my ear. Something dangled inside. I ripped it off immediately. Lo and behold, there was a tiny voice recorder taped inside. My heart started racing. I peeled it off and pressed play, and immediately heard my own voice crying, recorded from inside my house. I actually felt sick. There were multiple recordings saved on it. Private phone conversations, me talking to my sister, me crying alone in the kitchen, even recordings of arguments between Jake and I couldn't breathe. Then I realized why the toy kept activating while I was alone. It wasn't malfunctioning. My husband had modified it. The "hello friend" phrase was being triggered remotely through an app connected to the recorder. I checked the brand name on the device and found the exact model online. It was marketed as a mini hidden voice monitor. My hands were shaking so badly I almost dropped it. The next morning, I confronted Jake. At first, he denied everything, but then when I showed him the recorder, he completely changed. He got cold, angry, and defensive. And then he admitted the truth. Apparently, for over a year, he'd been recording conversations inside our house because he was convinced I was talking badly about him to my family. But here's the worst part. His mother knew. No, actually, it was her idea. According to Jake, she told him I was probably planning to leave him and he needed to protect himself. That stupid toy car wasn't comforting me. My husband was spying on me through my child's toy.